Lions TV, full time from Calmont Road. It finished Millwall under-23s 2, Cardiff under-23s 0. A convincing win for the young Lions. It could have been a lot more, in all honesty. Millwall looked very good going forward, but Cardiff offered very little in the same area. Managed, of course, by former Millwall legend Steve Morrison. And at the back, they played such a high line. They just kept getting caught out. And it's the second of 3 weeks of under-23 sides, Crew being the other one, that didn't really look like they fancied it. But as I said before, taking nothing away from the young Lions, they can only beat what's put in front of them. And again, it was a very good win, a very good attacking formation as well when the clientele used. It was Ryan Sanford in goal. It was a flat back four. Dan Moss, left back. Bessart Topolodge, centre half. Alex Mitchell came back in due to, I'm assuming, Hayden Muller's going to play and be involved for the first team tonight, and rightly so. He had Rob Strachan playing alongside him. Then in midfield, we had 3, but we had 2 of those players very attacking. Sam Skeffington held, and on the left, Nana Boateng, and on the right, you had Ruben Duncan. Then up front, you had Sean O'Brien on the right, George Alexander in the centre, and Abdul Malik on the left. Abdul Malik and Boateng in particular, very impressed with them again. Again, I've said this before, I've seen Abdul Malik a few times. His pace and his movement and his ideas are brilliant. The final ball isn't quite there. Same could be said at times for Boateng as well. But they're young players, and that's why they're at the club and they're getting coached in the right way. And I'm sure in time with more experience and good coaching, that final product will come, and they're going to be 2 very exciting players for the club. For me, Boateng in particular was probably our man of the match today, along with Alex Mitchell at centre-back. But yeah, listen, the game started and it was all Millwall from start to finish. As I said, Cardiff kept playing this high line. I don't know why they kept doing it, because they kept getting caught out with balls over the top. It was so amateurish at times. It was even getting caught out by Ryan Sanford's kicks out of his hands, just causing themselves problems they didn't need to cause themselves by going up so high. And it was a lot of Millwall pressure, balls into the box from early on, from out wide. Topolodge likes to get forward and get crosses into the box. Ruben Duncan was going on his runs from midfield, although, you know, he's a youth player, so I'm not going to hammer any youth players. But again, he very self-indulgent, just lost the ball every single time pretty much for trying to do ridiculous flicks and tricks and trying to come off, you know, trying to pull Maradona and Pele moves out of the bag every time he had the ball. But we kept pressing, we kept coming forward, and eventually, again, it's a brilliant run from Boateng. Great ball down the line to him, I think, from Rob Strachan. Boateng gets into the byline, cuts the ball back. I think George Alexander goes in with the first defender. It goes across those 2, and at the back post to tap in his centre-back, Alex Mitchell. I'm sure he doesn't score often. He absolutely screamed and punched the air with delight when he did score, and rightly so, he scored for the football club. But yeah, 1-0 up, and it just never looked like anything other than a Millwall win. After that, as I said, Hayden Muller not involved. Tyler Berry coming back from injury, I'm assuming not involved, could also possibly be part of the first team plans tonight. Of course, we're taking on Reading 7 o'clock kickoff. But yeah, comfortable from the Lions throughout. In the second half, we come out and it's pretty much just more of the same, one-way traffic. Eventually, Abdul Malik comes off, and it's good to see Junior Tienza come on back from injury. Junior runs down the wing 2 minutes after coming on. He cuts the ball back to Sean O'Brien, who's on the edge of the penalty area, but on the angle of the penalty area, to the left-back side, takes the ball on his right foot, turns and hits one on... He sort of chops across it on the volley. Absolutely unbelievable. Almost takes the stanchion out of the ground. It's a superb finish from O'Brien. And I'll be honest, I like what I've seen of him, but I didn't realise he had that in his locker. Not sure if he's done it too many times before, but it was a brilliant finish. 2-0, and as I said, it was just one-way traffic. It was game over. Cardiff didn't look interested really coming forward, and Mill just continues to press, knock the ball around well. Boateng again causing more problems just throughout, just with his pace and his directness and his willingness and his confidence to try and take people on. And as I said, it didn't come off for him every time, but 9 times out of 10, you know, he's just doing the right thing in my book. He's playing wide, and he's got to make things happen and make things happen quickly, which is exactly what he was doing. A brilliant finish from O'Brien. Other than that, as I said, Alex Mitchell for me played very, very well in the centre of defence. He's a big old lump, Mitchell. He doesn't really look like he's built like a footballer. He looks more like a WWF wrestler or something like that, but very, very good player. Can really see he wants it out there, flying into tackles in the 89th minute, you know, giving it everything he's got. So it's a good performance for him as the other side of his goal. And other than that, Ryan Sanford very, very troubled at the other end. I think a shot from range towards the very end, almost into injury time, which Sanford does well and deals with and tips it over the bar. But it was a good, convincing win by Kevin Nugent's under-23 sides at the Den, and now it's on to tonight, the big one, Millwall versus Reading. I am live streaming from 6:30 on YouTube. Come have a look. Please subscribe to Lions TV. Come on, you Lions.